My name is Anmol Kumar and my register number is URK23CS1013. Today in this video, I'll be telling you about exercise 7 React.js front-end application development. In this, my topic is loan eligibility checker app. Basically, we are using the React technology here to help customers check if they qualify for a loan. We are using a React functional component with state variables for inputs and results. This is our basic formula for computing the loan eligibility, the DTI, debt to income ratio, and all that. We also have a condition or constraint for age. The minimum age is 21, maximum is 60, and the requested loan amount should be less than 10 times the monthly salary. I'll quickly move towards the code folder as this is the whole the parent folder for all the experiments. But for React project itself has default folders in it. So to stop the unorganization of files and folders, I have created a different folder for it. Let's quickly cd into it. We are already in that folder. So we will open it in a new window. As we open it in a new window, we are seeing a lot of files and a lot of folders. Let's go through each folder one by one. Before that, the first one is a README file. A README file is where the all the instructions are given for the given app so that the other persons who are trying to access your website for development for any improvement, they can read it here and follow the instruction to get it running on their local PC or local host. We'll come to the folder structure. The root folder here currently is loan eligibility checker and parent folder we know is webtech lab where all the experiments are stored and this folder itself. The first folder is build. Build folder is basically used for pre-deployment of the website, basically before production, pre-production thing. So that if there is any error or any mistake in the npm modules or something is wrong, we can check it in the build folder. And the second folder is node modules. There are a lot of files in the node modules, so we don't need to actually include the node modules when we are uploading it to the Git or any online source where people can access it because these files can be downloaded on the local computer itself. The third folder is public, which stands very apt to its name. The public is where we actually store the different pages to let the users see it, see what's the website about. This is where we code our pages. So to code the pages, to make it more organized, we keep it in a folder called SRC or source folder. In source folder, if we look at properly, we have another subfolder called components. These components are the very important aspect of a website because this is what is creating its functionality. The functionality file folder, it's called loan eligibility checker here. If we go here, scroll up, the first thing we see is an import statement saying import React use state from React. This is basically telling the computer that we are going to use React technology. So get all the properties, all the required syntax ready. The second statement is import dot slash known eligibility checker dot CSS. If we come here and see, this is a CSS file where we have basic uh, editing, the flow of the button, the structure, the optimization of the UI so that it looks good and dynamic. But this is not a multiple form web page. It's only a single web page where it's using form group features. Let's come back here. If we look at here, we have different kinds of functions. There's a lot of lines. Let's say, for example, const existing EMI. We are setting it. We are using JavaScript functionality, of course, here. So we will set the use state for the starting as null, so that when the user enters, it doesn't interfere with the data. Here we are using another function, arrow function specifically for validating the inputs. We had some predefined constraints or conditions where the name is required and age should be between 21 and 60. Monthly salary must be a positive number. And yeah, then the other functions are calculate eligibility, arrow functions again here. So, and this is the DTI, assuming the 5 years loan is 60 months. So this is where the proposed EMI, the DTI is being calculated. And also one important line is here, we are parsing it to the float data type, where we can calculate up to the decimal points also. So, and in the last, if we come here, we have a written statement. And in written statements, if we see, we have divs, the heading tag, then the label tag, basically a form group we are using here. So this is where our form creation has been done. We can set the name e.target.value. This is basically targeting an object or a reference variable for the the website. If we click on this button, then this should happen. If we click on the input box, the input should be taken. This is where the form functionality is being made. Then how will we know that is the website working? How will we put it on the local host running, or even if we just want to host, how will we communicate it with the server? For that, we have app.js. If we come here, we again have this statement import React from React. Then we have hash router as router from React router DOM. DOM is document object model. Currently, the statement is not highlighted, or basically in VS Code, it means the statement is not being used. Why? Because it's a single web page website. We are not routing it to any other web page. Like if we press register, it's not going to any payment portal or anything because the question doesn't require us to do that. Also, we are importing the loan eligibility checker file from our components. This is our way of telling the computer that we have created a functionality in a JavaScript file, and now when we are in app.js, want it to you communicate with the browser and put it there for the user to use it. So, and here we are exporting it. This is basically the export default tab. This means is everything has been imported, and now the exportation will be done on the browser. Then we come to the very important file of the project called package.json. If we come here, the home page here, why the home page link is being given here? Because the GitHub page functionality is being used here, the GitHub page deployment. And one important thing also, the React version should be specified, the document object for the React and router also for going to different pages. React scripts, this is the most important line. If this is missing from the package.json file, we need to put it there ourselves because without this, our website will run into errors. It won't run. Then the another important line in this package.json is scripts. The deployment, as I said, I was using GitHub pages to deploy it. Here, the GH pages dash D build. All this is specifying that the page is being deployed on GitHub pages from GH pages branch. And I was telling you about the build folder. This is the pre-deploy specification. And build is, we can build a folder. If we run this command, npm run build, and it will give us the folder name as build. And this is the most important statement we will write in our terminal npm start. If we click on npm start and press enter, as you can see, React script start. React script start. Now a website is up and running. Let's say the name is John. We'll give the age as 15. Monthly salary will give this much amount. And now existing EMI will specify it as 15, 150,000, and the loan request rate will be this much. If we check loan eligibility, the first requirement itself is not meeting. Age is 15 and there's no way the loan would be approved. Let's make it the minimum age, 21. Again, we'll check the DTI is very high, 908.33%, which is not meeting our conditions according to the questions. Let's say if we increase the salary. Now he's eligible for loan. So this was the functionality of our website.